Hello and welcome back to another episode of Power Rangers Lore. Today we are going to finish up the final of the three characters played by Dwayne Cameron, the actor, and we'll be showing up his final incarnation as Dru Harrington, or also known as Ginganis. Now he is shown in the SPD episode known as Idol, and he was a member of the Space Patrol Delta Squad. Now, who is he, where is he from, and what is he doing here playing a villain? Well, Dru would start out as an SPD officer. He would basically meet Ty at the Nebula Academy, and they'd be best friends the entire time until basically he went away to Nebula Academy, he would later be considered MIA due to an attack. Now, after that, he would meet Broodwing, who would teach him not only look out for himself, but introduce him to Emperor Grum. Now, Broodwing is a basically bounty hunter slash arc villain of the series, and very good at corrupting people to do what he wants. Dru was probably lost in the attack, found by Broodwing, and thought he could turn him to the other side because he has a human form, but he has a monster form as well. Basically, he has a Targaryen body, which is a purplish form, which you'll be seeing in the pictures in below, and his normal form would be the one he'd be showing Tate the entire time. Now, Sky. It's a very different name for Sky because I didn't realize it was Schuyler, so it's always throwing me off. But it's Skylar or Sky Tate, and they would not know about this. Now he would have a bracelet that he would share with Sky, and they basically were best friends. And this would kind of irk Jack, but Jack would basically get away with it. And it would also show that he is a very good shot. By he, I mean Dru. He is able to shoot down 3 moving targets with one shot, kind of ticking off Jack, but also making Sky smile a lot at that part of making Jack humiliated. Now, what is going on in the rest of the episode? There's a little bit of issues coming up between Jack and him, and basically go back and forth. Jack is very suspicious of his character. He says, "What have you been gone for, MI? When you've been gone, you've been MIA for a whole year. What have you been doing?" He goes, had amnesia. Not a very good story, but then Sky walks in, and he goes, "What's going on here?" And basically, Dru goes, I'm being interrogated by this guy, and basically sends him back out to his room, says he's not allowed to be up here anymore. Dru would basically have a nice little conversation asking how Sky can possibly deal with Jack, and he's like, I don't like him, supposedly. But reality-wise, Sky is slowly warming up to him as time goes on. Now, Dru would be also asked where he's been and what's been going on. I checked up on that monster you've been fighting, and he's already in jail. Well, that's where he comes with another story. He goes, I'm undercover. That's literally all he says. I'm undercover. And then, once he gets in his room, he turns back to his normal form, revealing that he's a monster in disguise. Dun dun dun. It would be later turned out that he's trying to assassinate Anubis Kruger, and his plan be foiled by his old friend, Sky, who is basically seen the last and starts to trust Jack a little bit more. Now, in the end, they would have basically a Western duel. Once the film runs out, they shoot. Now, that is where Dru is defeated, none other by his friend Sky, who says he learned from the best, and that was him. But at least he learned how to adapt, unlike his friend who did not learn that. And Sky would arrest Dru, forever putting him away there and after in jail. Now, Dru would become money hungry, an angry beast obsessed with money, and leaving behind all other common sense. Basically, he'd be utterly corrupted, and that'd be the whole point of it. He would also be able to go giant. Now, how he would do that? Well, he would eat a device. He would basically just eat a device that would make him bigger. This would be the only time he'd be able to do that. In SPD, he would basically go from there. I believe the rest of the series, they would not be able to use this by swallowing giant pills. It was the original thing for the counterpart. I'm sorry, I messed that whole part up there. In the original Sentai counterpart, he'd eat pills, but taking pills is not meant for kids. So basically, he'd just have an oval-shaped device that make him grow, because it's less mature. Because pills is too mature, especially with all the rapid drug things, and it's be very similar to the things you see in Lost Galaxy. So that'd be the end of Dru after he's thrown away in jail and never seen again. But it would be a good little evolution for the character of Sky. Now, did you guys like Dru? I kind of liked him as I rewatched the episode just to get back to all the little details here and there. I kind of like Dru in that things. I wish they would have fleshed out his character more recurring rather than just one episode. He brought back several different times. Would be a good overall storyline, but they didn't do that. It's kind of sad, but hey, whatever. I hope you guys enjoyed this whole week of Dwayne Cameron, and if Dwayne Cameron's while we're watching this, thank you for meeting me and signing a bunch of the paperwork I put in front of you. Thank you guys. Have a good one, and may the power protect you always.